Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you another review for Death Note. I'm doing another one today. I watched it just recently and doing another one. Um, so this episode is season 1, episode 12. It's called Love, and it makes sense why it's called Love. When I first saw it, I'm like, are they gonna do something stupid by having like a love storyline, which they're kind of doing, but it's good. But there's another reason why it's called Love, so you'll find out why. But originally, this episode came out in December 26, 2006. No, this episode came out on December 26, 2006, and it came out in like Japan, and in English it came out on January 11th, 2008. So now that I've gotten down to that, let's start off the episode. So the episode kicks off with Light's dad, the chief of the whole task force, asking him to join the task force to help with the Kira investigation. And Light agrees, and Light's surprised by this. He's surprised that they approached him to join the task force. He didn't think that would happen because all this time he wanted to get involved in it, and he didn't think it would happen. He says something else too, like that. Now this way he can keeping track of L and L and the second kid. So then when he gets inside the room, when he gets to the place, they introduce each other. He introduces everyone to the task force, and he finds out that Ryozaki's name is now Ryozaki. He knew him as the other name before, and then Ryozaki tells him all the rules, and now he's going to be referred to as Light, and he's going to have an alien name, but he's still called Light. And then Ryozaki tells Light to check over the tapes, and look over everything that they've done so far, and he goes over the rules. And then Ryozaki still tells him that they don't want Light to know that they're chasing a different Kira. And then they're like, but it's gonna make it working with them awkward. It's gonna make working with Light awkward because we know there's a second one, but he doesn't know that. And Ryozaki says that he's possibly gonna know that there is a second Kira because he knows how Light's just as smart as him, pretty much. He knows that Light can figure things out pretty quickly. But then they're like, but it's just a small reason why you knew that wasn't the real Kira because he had he killed off criminals that meant nothing. And he said, well, the other reason, which I've talked about, is because this person only needs a face to kill, because the real Kira needs both a name and a face. So the chief asked, like, if Light can figure this out by himself, will he not be suspicious in Kira? And he's like, well, it'll be like 5%. And then Ryozaki says that if he goes on TV, he's instantly gonna be killed. Once he shows his face, he's gonna be dead. So then Light watches the tapes and he's disgusted because it's a disgrace to Kira. And he doesn't want them to know that they know there's a second Kira because they might get suspicious that he's able to figure that out that quickly. But then Ryozaki says, what do you think about it? What do you think about these tapes? What are your intake on them? And Light pretty much says the same thing, that this is the fake Kira. He figures it out. So Ryozaki did this to test him, and now what they're gonna do, and the chief is obviously happy about this because Ryozaki suspicion of Light's gonna start to go away. So then Ryozaki comes up with a plan. They're gonna have they're gonna send like another videotape of Kira, of the real Kira, but they're gonna be pretending to be the real Kira, responding to the fake Kira's message, and then Ryozaki then says, "I want Light to play, Kira, the real Kira," and I think instantly that we were supposed to be shocked. That just shows that he's so suspicious of Light that he said that, because he says, "I feel like you can fit the role to be Kira," and Light realizes that's why he's there in the first place. So then they write the script. Light writes the script, and Miyazaki looks it over, and he even made sort of clue in there that he wants him to kill L. Um, and Miyazaki says that you're getting too carried away. He's like, I thought, sorry, I was just improvising. But we know obviously that Light's the real kidder, so that's what he really wants. So, um, so then they play the message. It's all about how Kira. So this is Light technically pretending to be the real killer, even though he is the real killer. Um, and Light says that he likes what he's doing, and he says that they agree, and he says that all the typical stuff that he agrees. He doesn't like that he's killing people willy nilly and all that kind of stuff. And then the real killer, well, the fake killer sees it, and she's happy that he's responded. She's all happy about this, and she's gonna make a videotape in response. And then she responds and says that pretty much gives away and says that they want to meet somewhere, without any police, and this isn't on like video. This is off like Ryozaki's laptop, and the shock that the fake one responded, and the fake one also says that that you have that we both that I want to see if we both have the eyes. Obviously, when we're talking about the Shinigami eyes, and Light's like, why are you putting up the eyes? Like giving away about it. And then she even says that maybe we could show each other our Shinigami, so that way they'll understand what's happened. They'll understand what's happening. And then Light's obviously pissed about this because the fake Kira is being a liability. They're gonna pretty much get the real one caught. And then when Ryozaki hears about this, he freaks out and falls out of his chair, and he doesn't believe what he hears. He doesn't believe that there are real Shinigami out there. But then Light says, "Of course, there's no Shinigami," and Ryozaki, and they just think that they just think that it's just a code word that both the real killer and the fake the second one know, and they're wondering if this is the real killer, and they also says that they're gonna hold off L's death too. That they also say that, and Ryozaki says this isn't the real one because the real one wouldn't have responded, and the real one would obviously want L dead. He wouldn't call that off because the real one would do anything to kill L. Light says this, and Ryozaki agrees. And then Ryozaki says that the real reason that the fake one is making all this is that so the fake one can meet the real killer. Pretty much what we already knew. And then we find out it shows us some insight on the second Kira. We find out her real name is Misa Amain, I think is how you say that. And I want to check. We find out she's actually like a model. And it shows her taking pictures, and we find out that her Shinigami's name is Rem, and she's asking how she has the Death Note pretty much, because technically I think Shinigami only supposed to have one, but she had like two, and Rem says that the only way to kill a Shinigami is to make a Shinigami fall in love. And she says, well, that's a nice and easy way to die. And then she's like, do you know that because you've done it? He was like, no, I was there when it happened. And she tells the story about a Shinigami named Jealous. And I guess the Shinigami can determine, obviously, when they die because of the god of death. And Jealous was in love with this girl. He always watched her every day. And he knew it was going to be her time to die. And Rem was there. And the girl, pretty much a creep, comes up and wants to be with her, but she doesn't know who this creep is, so she denies. So he's gonna kill. The creep's gonna kill her, and Jealous uses the Death Note to kill this guy, and this killed off Jealous, and he disappeared. All that was left with him was all that was left of him was dust and the Death Note, and the person that this happened to, they got like, usually like death, Shinigami are supposed to take away lifespan, but since the Shinigami died, they a lifespan increased. And then we find out that it was Misa. It happened to Misa, and then what happens is she Misa wonders if she can tell the real killer about this, and she's not supposed to repeat this to anyone. And then she asks if Rem is in love with her. He's like, don't even try that. So then then Light's at the dino, and he's thinking how he's gonna, because he wants to meet the fake killer before the police do. Because then if the police, they're gonna get this real fake killer, they're gonna find out about the death note. They're gonna find out about the Shinigami, everything. It's gonna be all ruined for him, and he wants to kill the fake one. And then who do we see walk in? None other than Misa, and she wants to meet the real killer because she is in love with him. And they're like right next to each other, and they both want to meet each other, and they're right there. I thought that was great. And now that's how the episode ended. I thought this was a great episode, because I mean, it's like one of those cheesy love stories, but I think like it was good. They did it properly, and then obviously like Misa loves the real kidda, but Light wants to get this wants to get the fake one because then the real one will get caught. And I like watching that. I like that Light's on the task force now because it makes it more interesting now that Light's like working with them, but he's like the real kidda. I thought that was great. Okay, I just had to close the shade. And I also like the information about the jealous. At first I thought it was Ray Pember's wife because it looked like her from behind, but I guess it was her. And I liked that. That was a good story. But this was a great episode overall. If I had to rate it, I'd rate it a 7 out of 10. Nah, 8 out of 10. Because it was great, but it just wasn't as good as some other ones. But that's pretty much it, guys. You can click down below to subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe to my Wrestling Fortune 44 channel right up above. Oh, on the Talkinator, James Hebert, and Wayne with Wrestling. And thank you guys for watching. Talk to you later.